Hey everyone, so finally we have so much Battlefield 2042 news. This is so exciting. The next Battlefield, actually being and having so much content. I wanted to tell you guys that there is a lot of things you missed from the actual trailer. We're also going to be getting new game modes that I wanted to talk about. There's going to be an all-out warfare. Of course, we all expect that. Conquest and Breakthrough make their return at a massive scale with support for 128 players. Then we have Hazard Zone, and I'm going to be explaining what that most likely is. Squad up and drop in a new Hazard Zone, an all-new high-stakes multiplayer experience. Stay tuned for more information coming later this year. Now, either this is coming on June 13th or this is coming sometime in July. I'm guessing, sometime this year before the game actually launches, we're going to be getting more information on Hazard Zone. Now, here's what the rumors are for Hazard Zone to be. It's supposed to be similar to Battle Royale, but not in the same sense where you just drop. There's going to be some sort of shrinking storm or a shrinking circle, but you actually do have to squad up. So you will have to, play with your friends on this one, and it will be free to play. Instead of a Battle Royale, maybe Battle Royale is coming actually in the future. This is what I think. Vince Campzella is still working on a Battle Royale from the rumors we have heard so far. So it's definitely possible, that Battlefield Battle Royale is not coming on the release, but sometime in later 2022. It's just the most likely scenario. Obviously, Hazard Zone will be the option for a free-to-play game. So we also have Redacted on July 22nd and watch the reveal of this love letter to Battlefield fans and longtime players developed by DICE LA. Now, this could potentially be, developed by DICE LA, could be potentially some secret game mode. They have been working for such a long time, but I'm guessing we're going to be hearing about Hazard Zone pretty much on the June 13th, maybe. Who knows at this point? There's a lot of theories on this one, but just having two new game modes, they have been planning a lot of things so far. So much. Now we have lore, but that's what I want to talk about. There's so many new things, like the Battlefield Reddit is popping off. Battlefield 2042 won't include Battle Royale so far. That's what we know. It also won't have any campaign from what I know, but it will have a story mode inside of the Battlefield multiplayer. So in some sense, it will tell a story of what's happening by the maps and the lore. So there's going to be, some lore and story for you fans out there. The next Battlefield game will include a love letter to fans made by DICE LA and something called Hazard Zone. So obviously this is going to be a love letter, which we all suspected, and the trailer was freaking amazing from what I saw so far. So many things happening in the trailer that we needed to see, and they finally delivered. This was nothing like the Battlefield 5 trailer, and it was like the complete opposite, the complete destruction. Everything everyone wanted to see, and the trailer surely is popping off. So Warzone has to prepare right now. They have to make some great releases, otherwise Battlefield 2042 has some big potential. Battlefield 2042 has given us a lot to talk about. It's doubling the usual player count and are totally changing the typical Battlefield class system. The near future setting barely feels important. It's pretty much the opposite of the Battlefield 5 reveal, which focused on the game's World War II setting, and they went the opposite direction, and it's actually working out for them. The E3 announcement that Battle Royale mode was in development, and case in point, there's definitely no Battle Royale this time. Again, what I'm hearing so far, and this is just rumors until they either confirm or deny it, it's not coming out this year. Okay, not coming out on release. During a presentation last week, DICE said both there was no Battle Royale in development for Battlefield and that no Battle Royale mode is planned. So I'm guessing this is actually confirmed, but it will have, something similar at Hazard Zone. Now, everyone was suspecting that. I'm still not sure if DICE said that. If we have sources, then it might be most likely. In case there was ambiguity in the first statement, and they want us to know that Hazard Zone, one of the two unrevealed modes, is not a Battle Royale mode, even if the name kind of might sound like one, but it is in fact like some sort, I'm guessing, of free-to-play mode. What DICE will say is that Hazard Zone is a squad-based and high stakes, okay? I don't know what high stakes means. To me, that suggests a take on Escape from Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, and Division's Dark Zone. So if you didn't know, you can actually get loot, and then you can risk it all, for more loot, from what I'm guessing. It could be a mode which you and squad have to enter the giant maps, complete objectives, and then get out safely. Now, this is going to be super exciting. This is really, really good. Imagine Escape from Tarkov, you know, how much that blew up in player count. Now, this is big. Battlefield might lend itself the style of FPS better than it did Battle Royale. Firestorm just didn't do it for me, and many others, but I'm speculating. The others, Unraveled, hasn't been named. All DICE will say it's being made by DICE LA, and it's love letter to the Battlefield fans. So obviously, I'm thinking it will connect to the older Battlefield titles, something that everyone wants. Maybe, you know, we're getting some map remakes. That would be super exciting. I mean, that's definitely possible, but it's some sort of a game mode, right? So we're still not sure. We knew that DICE LA, which at last check was being directed by Respawn head Vince Capzella, was working on something related to Battlefield, but not exactly what. So if this is not, you know, Battle Royale, what it is then? You know, it was a senior designer, director Justin Weep, who ticked us off when he tweeted, "It's wondrous I get to work on a game I fell in love almost 20 years ago. The sandbox play of 2942 was just amazing for its time. I look forward to hearing all of you from what you loved and hope for our future game." This mentioned Battlefield 2942 aligns with DICE's statement about the mode being fan service of some kind. Could it really be a rendition of Battlefield 9042? You get my idea. In the modern Battlefield engine, there's a lot of stuff into a tertiary mode, so maybe I'm going too far here. Then again, there's no single player mode this time, so maybe it's something big to compensate. You know, they're coming with something big to have that big price tag we're seeing. Obviously, the price tag is the same. People are not excited with the price tag so far. A lot of people have already pre-ordered. I'm definitely pre-ordering, but people want the campaign or they want the same value, and they're going to provide such larger value on this one. The main Battlefield 2042 mode is called All Out Warfare, and it's a really category. So as we saw with the trailer, there's so many players. It's so populated. We never saw this in any Battlefield games before, where we had so many players that it just everything exploded, and you know, every step you took was some sort of destruction, and such big maps is what we needed. 128 players is what this truly makes a Battlefield game. You know, just totally changes everything. Battlefield 2042 is releasing on October 22, so this is really early, but it's, you know, also going to be earlier than that because there'll be betas before that, including one for Hazard Zone, so we'll get a preview of some point, and there's also going to be, you know, October 15th when you can get early access if you pre-order. So that's really, really early. That's about 114 days, 113 days if I'm not mistaken, and EA says the mystery DICE LA mode will be revealed at EA Play on July 22nd, so we know what it's about. So obviously big news, but we have so much to talk about, so many more things. Is there going to be a free-to-play mode? I'll be making a next video on this one because this is like unanswered questions that we don't know yet, you know, what's Hazard Zone and so many things. So what I wanted to look here, DICE has teased Hazard Zone, and what we can see, it could be kind of Battle Royale ejected mode that pits multiple squads against one another, while the objective is something other than simply being the last player standing. So obviously, if, you know, maybe get a flag, get something like that, and everyone will be, you know, going into one single building, imagine how much destruction there will be. You know, and you can't, there's no respawns probably. There's a lot of room to play around this kind of idea, and Hazard Zone to reveal sure to major beat in EA's marketing plan alongside the unnamed DICE LA Battlefield game experience that will be revealed at EA Play Live. So about a month we're going to be having a new game mode. There's going to be so many new things that I'm very, very excited for. Like, there's going to be such massive things so far, especially with a free-to-play mode. We have so much to look into. I want to also look into this, like the specialist classes that Tom Henderson was talking, you know. The Battlefield's class system, here's how it works. You have traditional classes, Assault, Recon, Engineer, and Support. However, you now have 2 to 3 specialists within the class system. So you have, you know, Recon, you have Specialist 2, Specialist 3, and you have Wickas. So we have like random heroes, basically. But there's still classes, right? There's one of them is still Assault, one of them is still Engineer, but they're gonna be different people, just like in Warzone. So that's what really excites me. There's so much to go into here, so many things. And the Battlefield 2042 gameplay world premiere on June 13th, and that's what I'm really excited for. 3 days from now, we're actually getting more news. So I wanted to let you guys know. See you until next time.